guys, on today's episode, we bring home a new project car and the story behind it. All right! God, you're so mean to me.
That still functions.
Talk about riding on your ass.
I think something you could do with it too.
It's about where we need
Where's
to
your steering wheel?
That was perfect timing.
Forward.
You're keeping that too.
What?
Check the ball, come on.
No.
What the hell?
What's it on? Oh shit.
Just hold on. Go. I got you.
Nope, I can't.
Oh Jesus. Oh, my ass almost got pinched. As you saw, a car get loaded and unloaded and sitting there. That is one of two cars in a package deal I got, or I'm getting. That was the parts car out there, but Joe, thank you a lot for being in contact with us and making this, we'll say, dream become a reality. Brandon, thank you for your trailer. That's making this all happen. And, well, let's go pick up this car.
Yeah, but it's gonna be fun. Thankfully we got the jack. Good. Keep going. That's good. I'll go pair more.
Let's see if you go somewhere. You better spread these out enough to get the back wheel on.
Go ahead. There we go, broke loose. Kinda. That's the only thing I'm worried about. You gotta open it to the grass. Good, go. Keep going. Don't stop. Her dart's in his garage, so. And a dart? I really hate you guys. Just stop talking.
Avoid a call. Carson, look here.
I was gonna try to tilt it back and swing. The likelihood of that.
Slim.
Take the wheel off. That
How much
cat
more room?
might. No, the cat might get in here.
Yeah. Well, that's where I was gonna swing the whole thing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy. Hopefully when maybe when I get the Firebird on the road, I'll cruise up and see the progress, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah.
And I can stop at QSL.
There.
The kids eat there.
What is it?
Quicker steak and loop.
Oh,
QSL.
Oh,
Okay.
that's why we were like,
Because
Maybe it's a Freeport thing.
maybe because she's
we just call it Quaker.
I've never,
Okay.
I've never heard it called QSL.
she's also a nurse's aide, and she has a place called QLS. So I was like,
You know, you
got it all strapped down. We're at DG, getting some drinks. I know it looks rough. What you see is completely different from what I see. And just like Trump said, we're gonna make it great again. So, this is a big one. So, if you're this far in, if I haven't said it already, remember, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell right down there or there, wherever it is. Hit that so you guys can get some updates on this thing. We got a long trip home. We're getting some drinks right now. We got a little bit of a trip to go. About an hour and 20 so minutes. So let's go. So we're back to the house, obviously, as you can see. I got Dad over there, wife here, Marshall there. We're gonna unload this thing and enjoy the time lapse and some fancy music, because this is gonna be fun.
Give us a little more than that at a time.
A little more?
More. Again, same way. Keep on. Keep on.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Front end of the car's coming around.
Alright, hold on.
What's coming around?
Front end of the car.
The driver's side.
Easy, easy.
Hold on. Hold on.
It's trying away from its old owner.
Got slack?
More.
Alright.
We're good. Keep going. Well, fuck the front.
What?
Oh no, we're still good. We got room.
Yeah, we gotta just. Yep.
Give us more. Little at a time. Little bit. How's them casters look?
Great.
Little bit.
A little more.
You're not on it at all.
Mama, how can you open it?
Alright, Jeff, we gotta. Alright, we're against it right now.
Am I let off?
I'm going
No.
to talk
No. I'm gonna drag out from underneath it from this point.
Just move the ramp. Move the ramp.
No, go ahead. Get over there and sit. No.
First time it's been in a garage in how long?
Oh, years. Years.
You ready for all the work cut out in front of you?
Yeah. So, welcome back. As you saw, we brought back something blue and something old.
Something borrowed.
No.
Not something older, something
Well,
borrowed.
you have
something
been
blue.
borrowed. You have
This
been borrowed.
this is borrowed and blue. He's borrowing it to fix it.
Yeah, and you're
Something old and
so-
something new, okay.
Yeah. I'm the new model.
Mom, my phone is on the ground.
Slightly better. Not
Should have
much.
traded you in.
For what?
I don't know.
If you guys
Scooter.
Scooter.
Scooter, not cooter.
Well, you got Cooter and you got me, so that's your problem.
Yes, sir. Where are you going now?
I need my drink.
So do I. It's not sure.
All right. If you guys haven't noticed, this is my dad.
Hi, guys.
This is my car, as you guys have seen in the channel. This is the blue machine that we brought back. The reason he's here is the reason I'm here, okay? But the reason the car's here is because this guy here. There's a big story behind this car. Not amazing history, not like significant to many people, but there's a history between our family. Basically when I was a youngin's age, 25 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever. I feel old saying that now. This was the car I drove laps and laps and laps and laps
Around.
with a go-kart continuously
Around, yep.
for days, nights,
Grandpa.
all summer long.
Grandpa, you ride this one better as this one.
That's all right.
When it's done, Grandpa will drive that one. But, as the little one says, this, Grandpa's gonna drive that one. Yes. But, wait for it.
Oh, yeah, they're going to tear away.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Right? Surprisingly. Alright. So, basically, 20-some years ago, I drove laps and laps and laps, like I said, with a go-kart around this thing. Always sat in the field. When I was a kid, life happened, and this man said, I'll get to it one day. As we all say, we'll get to it one day. And he's walking with your cane.
I know, he's taking off with my cane.
Or tell him bring it back.
Bring him back, dude.
He's even acting old, she's crouching.
But it was always one day I'll get to it. Next day comes around, never got to it. Those days turned into years. Well, years went by, I got older, I started fiddling around with it in the field. And by that, I mean I was 9 or 10 years old, maybe 11, maybe 12 at most, of going out and riding go-kart around it. I'd go and mess with it. I'd move the hood on it, I'd open the doors on it, and I'd crawl around in it and make car noises, whatever. Little boy stuff. Well, at some point in time, I remember putting this up on jacks and putting it up on bottle jacks and putting cinder blocks underneath of it, that I stole the bottle jacks from my grandpa's house years and years and years ago. Well, even at that point, he told me one day I'll get to it. So I used to take Summit catalogs and go through them and circle them. And
Show me the parts you wanted to get for it.
I never knew the value of money because I was young and just thought it grew on trees. And again, one day I'll get to it, one day. Well, again, those one days turned into months and turned into years. And well, with family complications, the family downsized from where this car, a 72 Gran Torino van and a panel van, were all parked out in the field, sitting there for a while. Well, when the family downsized and sold off the farm, we had an allotted an amount of time to either get the cars to storage or to our place or his place. I don't say that, but we never got it there and had to get rid of them somehow, some way. So they were sold off to scrappers as far as we knew. Well, whenever it was sold 15 years ago, we watched the 72 Torino, the panel van, and the Camaro all get loaded onto a trailer. One at a time, drove away, they come back the next day, get the next one. So on and so forth. There was some other scrap in the field where they were at. They cleaned it all up. We watched this, and the other one's right off into the sunset, basically written off and gone forever. Well, as for me, this was a dream car because of I just drove around it so much, and I always thought, oh well, one day I'll get it. Well, whenever it rode off on the trailer to the scrapyard, as we were told, thought it was gone and written off forever. Well, we took that fate for a long time. So we accepted the fate that it was done, writ off, that it was gone forever. Well, accepting that fate is kind of hard whenever you're 14, 15 years old. You're kind of like, I'll see it one day, maybe, never, whatsoever, gone. I didn't realize that it was going to get crushed until a couple days later, and basically accepted that then. Well, we've talked hundreds of times about, man, really wish we never got rid of it. And,
Yes, we did.
wish we would have had the opportunity to have it back. Wish we would have at least got a second chance at it. Times were different then. Times are different now. It's kind of funny that it comes full circle, and it's sitting in my garage now and not in a field. But
Or in a crusher in a cube somewhere.
yeah, luckily, another huge thank you to Joe. You no way, shape, or form needed to do this, but from deep down, I really appreciate it.
Me too, man. Me too.
But Joe bought this car possibly, we were thinking about a year ago. And this car has been gone for 15 years.
More.
It basically,
It hasn't ran for almost 25 years, almost 20.
but it's been gone from our possession, or his possession, not mine, his possession, for 15 years or more. It's just gone. Accepted fate as it's another pop can, or it could have been a fender on this. But we accepted that, moved on, and with life, you just keep moving. And well, Joe, as of April, contacted the big human being right here, who doesn't use Facebook that much.
I do not.
He had contacted him in April because this big hairline that's coming back here forgot something, and thank God he did. The license plate that he had drove this car from Kansas to Pennsylvania in 85. This is the last registration, and it was still in the car, or on the car. As you will see, we cut that off when we first went and saw the car. I'll roll some footage of that.
I want to watch your eyes because this is breaking.
Okay.
Look how easy that was.
Give this back to the owner.
Inside of the glove box was the registration from 85 from Kansas City, Kansas, in his name and my grandfather's name, who's been long gone, not long gone in my heart, but still. And the registration from, well, I don't know how this works, because the registration in Kansas City was 85, registration year was 85, but the registration in PA was 84. But regardless, we have paperwork on when it came to Pennsylvania.
He looked me up. This Joe we're speaking about looked me up with the name on the registration, and I kind of ignored it until he messaged me again a second time. After the second attempt at getting a hold of me, I responded, and lo and behold,
Basically, his response was, the car's long gone. Like, I sold it years ago to a scrapper, and Joe's response was basically, long story short, no it's not, and sent him pictures of it. And my dad being my dad, sometimes I'll have to look at that later. My dad being my dad, when he calls, sometimes I listen, sometimes I'm wrapped up in doing a bunch of stuff and hardly get to pay attention. Well, whenever I get, hey Jeff, do you remember my 71 Camaro? Yes, I do, like it was yesterday. The exact spot it sat at, the exact way the paint was, the exact shape the hood was, and what was wrong with the hood and what was wrong with the interior. I remember everything about this car, where it sat, how it sat, everything. Well, he goes, I got messaged, and that was our conversation between Joe and him. And my response to him was, you do whatever it takes to get that car. Well, that's what we did. And that's why you see it loaded, brought here, and unloaded, and the parts car dropped off at his house. Now, there is, along with the registration, I'm holding the protector plate, or spare, I don't know how to read it unless you read it the other way, but regardless, this was with the car in the glove box. Okay, now I have heard the story. I really hope he tells it the same exact way he told it to Joe. There was some other receipts for like parts,
repairs, yeah.
We don't know what this was from, but it's a hand-drawn map from
Way back, before GPS.
Before GPS, before MapQuest, before any of that. Hand-drawn map.
You've got the owner's manual, isn't it?
Yes. And sitting inside of the owner's manual or sitting inside of the Ziploc bag or wherever it was.
That's the owner's manual.
It was in the owner's manual. Is a police warning notice for Big Dumb here for speeding
Not me.
and needs Pennsylvania driver's license and registration and tires too wide. Now this is Butler and this is probably from
Should have a date. Well, that's Wyandotte Street. That's the address.
yeah. This had to be an 85 whenever you had, or 84 when you got registration.
Yeah.
But alright guys, due to some SD card errors, I lost the stories from my dad to you guys. It was great having him here. I will not try to recreate those stories and retell them because, to be honest, he tells them better if he isn't under pressure and with so much more enthusiasm. Plus, they're not my stories to be telling, so maybe when we're working on this, I'll have him retell the stories with enthusiasm and whatnot. But as for now, there's always a seat in this garage for my dad. And hopefully to work on this. But the reason this car has so much attachment to me is, like I said earlier in clips, is I did miles around this car in a Torino and a panel van. The reason I did that was because of my grandfather. On the farm they cut a figure 8 out around the panel van, this and a Torino. And this sat on the left side of the Torino, maybe 8 feet apart. And I would come around this and go around the back and go around the Torino and then cut right in front of both of them and cross over at the panel van and go around and just keep doing that or switch it up. But I would also drive down the driveway to my aunt's house in the back, and all you could see was the tail end of that car. The grass was this high, sometimes around my track and around the car. I would go out with not a weed whacker, not a sigh, a weed whacker. Looked like a hockey stick with ridged on the side, and just go out there and just start whacking. I'd knock down everything around this. Hell, this car's missing the center console because of me. Really didn't think about it when I was 9, 10 years old, maybe a little older, maybe a little younger. I didn't think about it. I was just learning how to use tools and thought, hey, I bring it in to Dad, or I bring it in and I clean it up and Dad will get enthused. That never happened because, well, it was supposed to be a secret, and me being 10 years old, I took it into the basement and then forgot about it. Not gonna lie, that happens to everybody, even at this age. But I did that. I took the hinges off of this car 20 years ago for no reason other than to put the hood back on, because I thought, okay, that'll stop some damage of inside the engine bay, because that's what I thought. There's no real rhyme or reason. Did I ever put the windows down? No. The windows, I knew that was a no-go, okay? I knew that was going to destroy everything inside and wanted to preserve what it was. There used to be grass growing up through the floorboard 15 years ago. But, as that being said, we let it go And maybe we let it go to the right people and they held on to it for us, not knowing. But this car had a destiny to do something. And hopefully it's a better destiny with us than it was with them. Because they wanted to turn it possibly into a circle track car, not 100% sure. But regardless, as I've said before, I don't know. I'm just, if this is a thing of starstruck, maybe overwhelmed, not 100% sure. But in all reality, when I started this channel, whenever I started building this thing, I'd never thought I'd have my dad's car in the same garage, same place, same time. So it's kind of a lot to take in at times. Little crybaby, I don't care. But happy Father's Day, Dad. Okay. If you haven't completely figured out why he is sitting next to this car and why I'm sitting next to that car, it's because that's mine. This is his. Just clarifying that now, because soon it'll be mine.
What?
As I've said many times in this video, the blue, I don't know. I ain't calling it blue balls. Definitely not. My dad called it blue ghost, which didn't sound bad. But regardless, we got it back. Long history between me and my dad with this car, especially my dad. And you don't get these chances all the time to get your car back. I know it's in disrepair. I hope to bring it back. Hope to at least maybe stuff I can't do, I'll either learn to do or I'll help somebody do. But in that, I say it's your project. Do it your way. This is how I'm going to do my dad's. All right. And this is kind of late, but happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, Dad. But your car is back. Later, guys.